Welcome back, guys. We're back here, going to be doing a little walk and talk. I wanted to show you, of course, a neighborhood, which is always fun. But I also wanted to drop a video about why I think Tijuana beaches is probably one of the better places that you can start being an expat. And I don't even know if I really consider myself an expat because, I mean, hell, the border's just right over there. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about it and then kind of show you the little neighborhood. I'm back behind a couple little geographical areas. Up there is going to be a school. That is going to be a school up on the left. On the right, you got kind of a semi-private neighborhood. I didn't see a guard or anything like that. And then here we got a couple just homes in the normal Tijuana neighborhood. There's a little park down here as well. So I want to kind of just talk about why Tijuana is probably one of the best places to start being an expat and kind of break it down from there. And then I'm also going to be doing a video, pros, the most obvious pros, and then the cons, okay? And the cons is going to be two separate videos. So for one, I think Tijuana, specifically Tijuana beaches, is a great place to start being an expat. For one, a lot of people when they move abroad, I watch a lot of channels because I'm always curious about various parts of the world and, you know, just how day-to-day life is and stuff like that. And one thing I notice is a lot of these expats that move to another country, they don't have a car or they have a moped or something like that. And I realize that a lot of these countries, you know, I know by just being down here and seeing the infrastructure difference. I mean, as you can see, it's much different. That, you know, having a car sometimes might be problematic, right? But I can't imagine living somewhere and not having access to a car. That would be the most obvious thing that I would need. I mean, I would need a car to drive to the grocery store. I don't want to take a taxi or I don't want to drive a moped out in the rain or any of these weird scenarios. Like if I move somewhere, if I'm staying more than a month, I'm going to want a car. I'm going to need a car. So being a proximity to Tijuana and specifically Tijuana beaches, you'll find that you're in a specific border zone, a border-free zone, free trade zone, they call it down here in Mexico, where you can drive your Mexican or you can drive your U.S. plates down here, and you don't have to get a tip permit, which is an import permit for, you know, California plates or anywhere in the United States, really. You don't have to import your plates, okay? You don't have to import your car. You don't have to pay any duty tax or anything like that. Now, if you go across the country into mainland Mexico, you know, down near Sonora or, you know, if you go down to Puerto Vallarta or any of the other places in Mexico that are popular for tourist destinations and for U.S. people to live, you got to get a tip. It's called a TIF or a tip. Somebody drop it in the comments, let me know. I think it's TIFF. But basically you just pull over to the side of the customs and you get a 6-month import permit where you can, you know, you can import your car and you can drive anywhere in Mexico. So there's that. That's a main huge reason, I think, is because Tijuana, you know, you don't need any of that. You can literally just drive your car over. You see a ton of California plates down here. And even when I was in Puerto Vallarta, I did see quite a bit of U.S. plates. But again, it's the additional process plus the, 23 hours it takes to get there from Southern California drive time. Talking about an entire 24 hours, you know, driving down there. Can be a bit of a hassle. Some people don't want to drive that long. I guess if you're driving for a couple, you know, if you're staying down there for a couple months, you know, it's not a big deal. But again, if you stay over 6 months, then you got to import your car. You got to get Mexican plates. It's not the end of the world. It's just, again, a process that a lot of people don't want to deal with. So that is one reason I think Tijuana is a great place to start being an expat. You don't have to, You know, for some people, they want to get rid of their car. They don't want the headache of the car or the gas or, you know, all the upkeep, all the maintenance and stuff like that. But for me, I got to have a car. I mean, I'm not trying to move somewhere and walk around all the time. And, you know, anytime I go to the grocery store, have to call an Uber. I don't want to do all that crap, you know, and I don't want to buy a moped. You see these people that move abroad and they're just like, oh, you know, the roads are too jammed. I don't want a car. I want a moped. It's like, that's not for me. I need a car. I want a car. I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's one reason. And then secondly, I think Tijuana is a great place to start as, you know, if you want to do like an expat type thing. Because the proximity, you're to the border. And then with Tijuana beaches specifically, like when I first moved down here, I was actually living in San Marino. I did a video, I'll tag it at the very end where you can go back and watch that, where it was a video about me going in San Marino. I really love that area. I think it's a far superior area than Tijuana beaches. But again, there's something about Tijuana beaches, the proximity, where I can literally see the US, I can see San Diego, I can see Coronado Bridge, I can see downtown San Diego, I can see my work, I can see all of California from my balcony. That's one cool aspect because I don't feel so disconnected. You always hear about, you know, you'll see these expat channels, they'll be an expat for 6 months, and then all of a sudden they're a fitness guru or an investor guy, or, you know, you see these different things. So for me, the proximity is great. I mean, this is one of the only places in the world where you can use geo arbitrage to your advantage by working in one of the most expensive cities in the world, San Diego, and then coming to the lowest cost of living countries, you know, in the entire world. It's one of the only places you can do that. So there is that. And then I like also the fact that I can still work in San Diego. You know, I work at a really good restaurant. Right now it's part-time, hopefully full-time at some point when business picks up. But yeah, I mean, I got that as a little part-time gig, and I have my real estate business too that I'm trying to ramp up as well. So whether it'll ramp up or not, we'll see how it goes. I mean, this channel is the main focus right now. This is basically just a business card for the real estate stuff. However, I have been helping people with leases and some off-market properties and stuff like that. But so we got two things: the proximity, the fact that you don't have to import your car. I don't have to buy a new car. I don't have to sell all my belongings, and basically, I don't have to give up my California world to live down here, you know. And I don't feel that, you know, here's a California plate right here. They're everywhere. I mean, you see just as many California plates, not just as many, but a good bit down here. And, you know, there's that. So I think past that, it's also kind of a great blend, because I have been to other parts of Mexico, and other parts of Mexico are great in their own way. Like, I would definitely consider living a few months out of the year in Puerto Vallarta for one place that I've been. But Tijuana is definitely an international city. I mean, some of the best Chinese food I've ever eaten, ramen noodle Japanese, has been down here, surprisingly. A lot of people cannot believe that when I tell them. But, you know, Tijuana truly is an international city. You see a lot of Chinese down here. You see a lot of Korean. I see some Japanese. I see Haitians. I see Armenians. I see Arabic countries as well. People down here. It's a really good place that I eat at that has like kebabs and Turkish food. A lot of Turkish people. So it is like a wide variety of ethnic groups. You know, a lot of people come here trying to get to the U.S. They just establish life here. They say, you know, screw it. I don't want to. You know, you can easily get, they have the same programs and stuff, the U.S., with asylum and things like that down here. So that is why I think, those are some of the main reasons that I think Tijuana is a great place to start being an expat, because you are not so, you know, you're not so far out there where, you just feel like everything that is super far away, which isn't a bad thing. It's just a unique part of the Tijuana beaches area, Rosarito, even down to Ensenada. I mean, you're getting kind of far away. A lot of people like Ensenada because of the private golf courses and, country club feel and stuff like that. But you got that right here as well. So a couple things I'm working on as well. That neighborhood you see up there, that private badass neighborhood with multi-million-dollar, that neighborhood's about 500,000 and up. There are a few 400,000 condos and stuff like that. I'm working on getting a special tour in there. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And then we're also going to be covering a lot of real estate stuff on the San Diego side. We're going to start ramping that stuff up as well. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the unique parts about this area, guys, is that you're not super far out. You're not far. You still have all the proximities of the U.S. and you're still getting to enjoy a little of the geo arbitrage without having to sell your car and taking a 24-hour flight to the other side of the world and, getting visas and all these things. So it's pretty unique. I think that's a lot of it. If you guys have any ideas or comments, shoot me a comment. I'm going to be doing another video of the pros and cons. Keep an eye out for that. I'm going to shoot that right after this one. All right, we will see you guys soon. Take care.